I'll start off with a quote from Carl Rogers. Man's inability to communicate is a result of his failure to listen effectively. Listening is one of the most important parts of proper communication for general use, but it is really important for debates and arguments. There are lots of people who are not very good at communicating, but the best way to start learning to communicate and to have productive conversation is to actually listen to what the other person has to say. And I don't mean just listen for things that you can point out as wrong and criticize. You should listen to every word they say and get some sort of understanding of what the other person is trying to tell you. Then maybe you will learn something from what they have said, even if most of what they have said you find stupid. Then you can honestly tell them what you think in a way that isn't condescending. You really don't want to be condescending, especially if you have some parts of their idea that you think are wrong, because that doesn't make you someone who seems interested in productive conversation. It will make you seem as someone just trying to belittle others for their views and opinions. If you can avoid this, then they might listen to you and give their own honest thoughts of what you have said. This is how conversations should be. Carl Rogers points out that many people think listening doesn't communicate anything to whoever is talking to you, but it really does. When you listen to someone, they will see that you are at least interested in what they are saying, and that whatever they are saying is of some importance to you. By listening, you communicate that you respect what they have to say, even if you disagree with them. And by listening, you communicate to them that you are open for conversation. And when people notice this, they will likely communicate the same thing back to you when it's your turn to speak. Carl Rogers said, listening behavior is contagious. If you really want to become smarter or more knowledgeable, then listening is one of the best ways to do so, especially if you are talking to someone who disagrees with you, because they might know something that you don't know. This goes in line with Rule 9 of Jordan Peterson's book 12 Rules for Life. Assume that the person you are listening to might know something you don't. And this is a great rule to go by if you actually want to learn and expand your knowledge, and not just be stuck in an echo chamber of your own thoughts and opinions that are most likely to be wrong. Listening is literally another way of thinking, because thinking is when you have an idea and you challenge it yourself with any counter argument to that idea that you can come up with. And by doing that, you can understand the holes in your idea, so then maybe you can form a new, edited idea with fewer holes in its foundation. And the same thing happens when you are having a conversation with someone that disagrees with you. The difference is they are the ones challenging your idea with a counter-argument. And it is best not to see this person as someone who is trying to prove themselves or win the argument against you, but rather as someone who is helping you think and find the parts of your argument that don't make sense. Listening is also a good tool to get people to listen to you back. It is like a psychological trick of sorts that benefits both people in the conversation, because really most people just want to be heard and understood. Carl Rogers said, when a person realizes he has been deeply heard, his eyes moisten, like he is weeping for joy. It is as though he were saying, thank God, someone heard me. Someone knows what it's like to be me. So if you listen to someone and understand what they're telling you in a way that you can repeat their idea back to them in a way that they can agree with, then they're way more likely to listen to what you have to say, because they can sense that you do care about them and their ideas. And because of this, even generally hard-headed people can open up and learn some new things, and have a better understanding of what you are saying. Then both of you can come even just a little bit closer to truth, and this is how productive conversations are. When both people in the conversation actively listen to each other and tell each other what they think about what the other person has said honestly, then both people are actively learning more and expanding their knowledge and understanding and coming closer to truth. And this way of conversation is way better than the alternative of yelling back and forth at each other, not even listening to what they have to say, and just trying to prove their point or win the argument. If you have arguments like this, you don't get anywhere besides maybe elevating your ego by out-screaming your foolish ideas to your opponent and strawmanning every thought they put forward. It is not productive, so listen to others so that you can come to at least a little better understanding of the world.